Alrighty, so welcome to ChrisTalks. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. That's the hardest part right there, showing up. And we got a lovely, can you guys hear me back there?
Yeah.
Back out. Well, there's so many back. There's we just kind of ruined it, where we're supposed to be hundreds of thousands of people taking tickets.
I like it
though. No, I appreciate you guys all coming tonight. Today we're gonna talk a little bit more movement screens, and movement screens are really important because people move improperly a lot. And I was at the stairs today, and I was doing a little run, and I call it for my students. I call it Creeper Tuesday. So I get material for Tuesdays, and I film people when they don't know I'm filming them. So I'm that creeper guy. But I film their movement impairments when they're at the gym or at the run or whatever. And there's a guy that was running, and his ankles are just all jacked up. I mean, we're looking total. This is called ankle eversion. And what happens is when you do that, glutes are weak, knees are prone to injuries, and I'm just watching this guy. It's like, people don't know how to move properly. And the idea that our nation has is we got to move more, we got to eat less, and that's the proper equation for healthiness. And that's definitely not the key. So we're here tonight to show you how to move optimally. And we're going to bring up a special guest. We're going to have Tom coming up. We're going to throw those flips off real quick. There we go. This is called an overhead squat assessment. So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze his form with deviations from normalcy. And then I'm going to be able to address how to fix that. If he's a young guy, what are you?
26.
26. And so it's hard for people when we're younger. We got that Superman complex we're only thinking about now. But 20, 30, 40 years ago, we look like this guy sitting down, he's all over like this. And so we want to be able to fix that now. So the first thing before we even get going, I want to teach everyone what optimal posture looks like. So Tom's going to be our demo for that. I want you to stick your arms straight out, bring it to 90 degrees, externally rotate, and bring down. Okay. This is optimal posture. If you look at this, it looks like Tom and I are about to fight. We're like, what? We're peacocking right now. Like, what's going on? We got a lot of chest, but this is how optimal movement should begin. And for a lot of us, we're here. You know, he's on Tinder trying to find girls doing all this stuff. There he goes, swipe left. Was it Grindr? Which one was it?
Grinder!
And so we're trying to bring our body back. And essentially this is a defense mechanism. And when we're here, this is actually releasing more cortisol and those hormones that are classified as the bad stuff. So that's just our first thing that we're going to begin with. But we're going to get into an overhead squat to see if Tom were to deviate at all. And then I'm going to fix those impairments so in the future we can move nice and awesome. So let's bicep the arms, nice and straight, head neutral. Already I see a little bit of a flare right there that we'll address later on in class maybe. We got some the ribs coming out a little bit, which is breathing more from the chest. So anytime you see this flare, that means that we're not breathing optimally. And remind me, we'll address that later.
Thank you.
So bring your foot in just a little bit over here. A little more out, so I'm in just your toes, so be here. Right under that. Pretend like there's a chair behind you. Sit down comfortably. I want you to do like 5, 6 times. All right, good. Come back up. And again. A couple more. Nice, one more. And good. So what I noticed there is that his knees are buckling in. You can put your hands down. And when your knees buckle in like that, it's referred to as knee valgus. Essentially what happens is this part of the body is it's vulnerable because stuff up here is weak. And so, guys, we're not too keen on going to the gym. What are you working out today? I'm working glutes. We don't work glutes. We're working curls for the girls. We're doing chest. We're doing stuff that you can see on the beach. But glutes are really, really important to fix. It's one of the hardest things as a teacher, trying to convey dudes in the gym. Hey, man, you got to work on your ass more. I'm okay. I think I'm just going to stick to curling and doing more pull-ups. But it's imperative for him to start implementing some exercises for his glutes, because if he doesn't, then what this can actually lead to potentially is MCL. You have some tissue in here, it's called your menisci, that can start getting damaged. Essentially you have this bone coming in, bear with me here for a second, and you have the femur bone, and it comes out at an angle like this, so it comes back posteriorly and inserts anteriorly, and it just starts grinding. And every time he moves now, imagine if I did this for 6, 7 days straight, what's going to happen to the floor?
Holding it.
You're going to get a big ass hole in it. And that's essentially, this mat right here is your menisci. And so if you move, if you squat, whatever you're doing, and you have that valgus, that's going to make this vulnerable, and sooner or later you're going to have some type of surgery. Do we want surgery, Tom?
No.
No, we don't. So let's do, first off, let's do a girly exercise. So let's have you lay on your back, and we're going to get into a bridge position. So we're going to put this here. And I want you to, and so this is something you can do regularly. Now I want you to just hinge up, squeeze those glutes. And when I tell people to do this, pretend like you're on a hot date, tender date.
Nice.
And you got to fart.
Render.
You don't want to. You got to squeeze your ass cheeks as hard as you possibly can, and then come back down. There you go, and back up. And then back down. Now I want to implement an abduction, so out, back in, up. And down, out, up.
Out and
No,
up.
you can do it if you like to. Back down, and then out,
Out.
in, up. Good.
Why is girly?
Well, I'm just saying that because stereotypically you're not going to see many dudes at the gym doing this. I mean, would you classify a guy, oh my god, I want to get jacked like that dude? Probably not, but this is one of the better exercises you can do to strengthen your glutes because you have right here, which is abduction, come across that, back in, and you have a hinge, which is extension. So that's really good to do. Now we're going to actually lie on our side. I call this get into the cuddle position. There you go. Is that how you cuddle with someone? Who you cuddling with? So in this position, we're going to do the clam, and then we're going to have external rotation. There you go. Come back in.
That's tough.
Good. This will get your ass to burn like nothing. And especially for our female clients, you show them this exercise, they're taking out their credit cards, they want to start signing up right away. Because you'll feel this right here. This is what muscle is this, Tom?
The glute medius.
There you go. That's really good. So a couple more. And so the glute medius, which is the side, I call it the side butt. The side butt is going to help bring this back. And good. Now coming up. Gotcha. Good. And then the last one we're going to do is, don't keep that on there, is we're going to do some side band walks. So we're going to get into about a fifth of a kneeling position, and actually we're going to move that onto the lateral sides of our pinkies. All the way down. Keep on going. There you go. That was kind of a seductive way. You worn dresses before? No. Okay. So we'll move it up on your toes a little bit. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come out. Slowly, eccentrically pull it in. Did you do legs today too?
Yes.
Sorry, just do a couple. And then come back this way. So ideally we'd like to do maybe 10 to 15 of those repetitions. But what we're really doing is, good, we don't have to kill you. It's really getting in all aspects of the glutes. Now how many glute muscles are there?
3.
What are they?
Glute med, min, and max.
Good, the max, mean, min. So essentially what the glutes do, they do this. We got to do some of that action. We got to do this, which is abduction. There you go. External rotation. A little bit of internal rotation. And what's the last one? You got a test coming up. You better know that.
I don't know, but doing that.
That's a really good exercise. The last one's going to be a posterior tilt up. There you go. So when you're doing an exercise, hump the air. Boom! Hump it. Boom! Attaboy. So you can put bands on there. There you go. That's it. Do a deadlift, come down, hump it. If you have a belt, like everyone does here in California, belt should look at your face.
Texas.
That's right. Not from there. I love it. All right, Tom. Thanks, buddy. That was awesome. So that's helping with the impairment of knee valgus. I will